I just picked up my new controller for my Surron Lbx, and the controller I decided to go with was the Ebmx x9000 V3. Here it is right here. You can see it's already been opened, and that's because I bought this used from a friend and someone I know for only $950, which sounds kind of expensive for buying it used, but it is a V3, and it also only has about a little under 50 miles on it. But I got everything with it: the screen, regen throttle, obviously the controller itself. So to start off getting this installed, we gotta get my stock controller off over here. And obviously, I'm gonna have to get my bike over here in the work area, but it's kind of busy right now and crowded because we got some customers' bikes. Just rebuilt this one. This one's getting a new hub motor swapped out, and this is getting some new bearings. This bike's really clean. But I'm gonna get the Surron over here, and then we're gonna get to removing the stock controller. Okay, now that I have the bike over here, I say the first thing we go ahead and do, obviously get the battery out, and then get this little panel off, and then we're gonna drop the controller and disconnect it from everything, and then I'd say get switch and screen off, and then just get the whole thing off, and then hopefully get to getting the new one on. Okay, as you guys can see here, I just went ahead and started removing all the bolts that hold on the cover behind the battery, which covers all the wires, and removing my ignition switch. Here I went ahead and removed my bash guard, which I technically don't think I had to do, but it was just kind of in the way for getting the controller on, so I decided just to get it off, which ended up being really hard to get back on once I had to reinstall everything. And now I'm going ahead and just removing the controller itself and popping it off. This is where I went ahead and started removing all the phase wires and battery leads and all the connectors coming from the controller so we can fully disconnect it from the bike and start getting on with the Ebmx. And always remember to keep all your bolts organized so you don't lose them. Okay, got the stock controller all off. Now I gotta get this display off, so gotta get the grip off and then slide it off. And we can get to the new controller. And to get the grip off, what I use is air compressor. You can get like the air in there and it like blows it off. Here I started to go ahead and unscrew the display and switch, cut off all those zip ties so I could get the wire through the bike, and then I went ahead and slid the grip off. Take the air compressor, kind of get it up in there, and you just blow and you can like pull it off and it just comes off really easy. It's what I always use. Maybe it won't come off that easy. Dude. It's like why. It's because I cut the end off of this grip so the air doesn't really like build up, it just goes right out. But it still works. There we go, display and horn and stuff off. Ebmx doesn't have a horn button, so I'll have to buy one. Okay, let's see. I think we got everything off, so we can get to the new controller. First, I'm gonna just go ahead and do all the handlebar stuff. So like the display and regen throttle is on here. So you would just have it like this. That looks pretty nice. So there's already enough stuff on that side. And with the ultra brake, there's like a good amount of space between the grip and like where the brake mounts to the bars. And boom, just like that, the grip is on. It's my favorite method. Now tighten everything down on the bars. Actually not fully, because I don't like to tighten everything on the bars fully until I get to sit on the bike and actually feel it. See if everything's in the right spot. After getting the display and regen switch or throttle, whatever you want to call it, lined up on the bars, I went ahead and got the wire through the forks and through the bike and got it all looking good and tucked away. This is where I finally got the new controller out to get it on the bike and figure out all the wiring. So I went ahead and got the wiring harness in and started to mess with the wiring, but I didn't want to mess anything up, so I just stopped to look at the directions. That makes sense. Okay, how's this gonna sit? Okay, I'm gonna check the YouTube video really quick, or the how to put it on, because I'm not trying to mess this up now that I think about it. Okay, so I just finished looking at the instructions, and it's pretty straightforward on what to do. And I decided that I'm gonna take my horn off, because when you take off the display, stock display, you take off the horn button too, and you'd have to buy a replacement one, which it's not that much, but it just looks better without the horn. So I'm just gonna, might as well take that off, which might be kind of annoying because it's fun having a horn, but it's whatever. So I'm gonna get to taking that off and then finishing getting the controller on. And from last time when I put this horn cover on with my air tag in there, I remember this was a really annoying to get off, which makes sense because you don't want anyone getting in here to like steal it. I'm gonna try to like not move and then just put it back in. Oh my gosh, it worked. Wait. Oh no, it didn't. Okay, so I just looked through the directions and everything looks pretty straightforward, and we just kind of put everything back, like reverse our steps, and I taped up these connectors that we don't use because we don't want water debris getting in there to like fry my controller or wiring harness. So we're just gonna get into putting this back on. Here I just reversed my steps like I just mentioned and put all the phase wires back in and the battery leads. Got it all connected up. Okay, got all the phase wires in and the battery leads. so what now? Can test if it works. I'm not trying to get it all hooked up and it just doesn't work. Hopefully it won't explode. Okay, this is the moment of truth. Oh. Ooh, let's go. It's good that it works. So I get everything together and then I'll need to go ahead and tune it. This is when I went ahead and started mounting the new controller back up with the bolts, and it's also when it started to get pretty hard to get everything to fit in there because the new Ebmx is like pretty thick compared to the stock controller. Okay, so off camera I did some work because this was really hard to do. I had to like cram all the wires behind this, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's like metal piece, and I had to like really get them in there. You can see there's like no room. There's the Bluetooth thing. They're mostly all up here because you need room for the Ebmx to like sit back here and bolt on. And even on my stock controller, I didn't have these bolts bolted on because like I couldn't figure out how to get it fit. But since I had everything off, I thought I might as well like figure it out. So everything's like stuffed up behind this horn cover, and then there's some wires on here, obviously. But that was super hard to do. There's some forcing. Hopefully nothing is pinched and it will explode. But I mean, everything is crammed in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish bolting everything on, and then I'll have to tune the controller. Okay, for my stock controller, I had these titanium bolts that I like just got like 2 days ago holding it. They seemed a little too long because they were like tightening and hitting something before they were like fully in, so I cut it down a little, and I'm just noticing it's not very flat, but hopefully this works. And I kind of just cut it down with the angle grinder because I didn't want to force it in and break something. Here's kind of like an uncut one. It's a little longer, but hopefully this works and it doesn't break anything. Okay, I just got everything on. Controller's on, nice bash guard. This little plastic thing. The key is on. And the battery's in and it looks super nice. Did that all off camera because it was actually pretty hard to do. A lot of like shoving and forcing. But we're gonna see if it turns on still. Hopefully it will. Turn the breaker. See, battery flash, that means getting power. See, moment of truth. If I can get my key in. Ooh, yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and tune it, which I don't really know how to do, so I'll have to figure that out. And I'll catch you guys once I'm done with that. Okay, y'all, I just finished tuning the bike and setting everything up. Watched a YouTube video and went through everything. Everything works nicely now. A lot of torque compared to before. And this is my favorite display, where you can see like the throttle and then the regen. I think that's pretty cool. But obviously you got all the modes, and there's even reverse, which I didn't know that. And And then there's also the auto wheelie, which I don't have on right now, but that's pretty cool. I do want to try that, but that seems really scary. I would not trust that at all. But everything's set up, works good. Goes to street mode, all the modes. Controller looks really good. Everything's mounted. Got this up here, the cables, this part, and I do want to get a Ebmx bash guard because I like how they look, but I've heard that they're sold out everywhere. So if anyone has one for sale, hit me up. Maybe I'll buy it. But I love the aggressive look of those, and they're like how they kind of like line with the Ebmx. But everything looks really good. Works good. Hopefully nothing will explode in the future. And yeah, that's it for the install. And I'll throw you guys up a sick edit. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll be posting riding videos in the future once I get like a GoPro or something. Because I was just wearing my phone on my head for this video, which was really uncomfortable, but it worked. But everything's dialed. It's a little dirty, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video.